everyone. I'm John Collier, author of I Quit Church. And today we're diving into a topic that holds the potential probably to reshape how we build bridges between those who are part of the church community and those who have maybe stepped away. So grab a cup of coffee like I have. I want to share some things with you I think might be encouraging to what you might be going through as you're trying to connect with the quitters in your life. So, one of the most impactful ways to bridge the gap is through some intentional, heartfelt conversations and creating spaces that feel just like home. Okay. This episode is all about equipping you with the practical tools to foster some safe, welcoming environments. You want some authentic connections to happen. You want authentic connections to thrive. So let's get started with some of these tips I've put together here for you. I want to start with going through Hebrews chapter 10, verses 24 through 25. This scripture really helps set the tone for what I want to relate to you today. Let's think of ways to motivate one another to acts of love and good works. And let us not neglect our meeting together, as some people do, but encourage one another, especially now that the day of his return is drawing near. Conversations are the heartbeat of connection. When we ask the right questions and listen with empathy, we can create opportunities of meaningful dialogue. It's like spaces where faith, doubt, personal experiences, and everything in between can be shared without fear of judgment. So, here are some conversation starters to help you create that kind of space. Here's the first one. Tell me about a time when you felt most connected to your faith. What made that experience special? You see, this opens the door to meaningful stories and sets a tone of some trust. Here's one. What are some of the challenges you've experienced regarding faith or church? Now, this question allows people to be honest about their struggles, and it creates opportunity for some empathy maybe and deeper understanding. You could do this question. How do you find peace or hope in difficult times? That kind of helps uncover how someone processes challenges, doesn't it? It often leads to some inspiring insights, I'll tell you that. By creating a safe, non-judgmental space with these questions, you can foster authentic and mutual respect. This is a powerful first step toward rebuilding trust and connection with people. So now that I've covered a couple of these conversation starters and the importance of conversation, let's kind of move into the environment where these conversations can happen. You want to create a welcoming space that doesn't, it doesn't have to be elaborate. It's about making people feel comfortable and maybe valued. Okay. Here's another piece of scripture for you that really kind of talks about this. It's in Romans chapter 12, verses 13. It says, when God's people are in need, be ready to help them. Always be eager to practice hospitality. Now, that verse highlights the importance of meeting needs and practicing hospitality, a key part of creating welcoming spaces where people feel at home and valued. So here's a few ideas to create some meaningful gatherings for your friends, family, neighbors, coworkers. How about some small group dinners? Just invite a few friends or neighbors for a simple meal. Like potluck style dinners work especially well as they encourage some shared responsibility. It kind of creates a sense of community. You can always do your games and activity nights. It's a board game, trivia, or creative projects. Activities help break the ice and provide a natural pause for conversations. There's always the outdoor gatherings when it gets warmer outside, like picnics, barbecues, go to the park, a relaxed and informal setting that can really help people be at ease. And listen, don't underestimate the importance of the ambiance, if you will. Little things like the music, warm lighting, Cozy setting arrangements can really make a space feel like a refuge. It's like a place where people want to stay and connect. When you're hosting, it's easy to kind of get caught up in those little details, but making sure the food is ready, ensuring everybody has a drink, etc., just that busy work of it. But the most important thing you bring to any gathering is you. Here's some tips I want to make sure you know about balancing hosting and being present, okay? So just set the tone. Start the gathering with, welcoming everybody and emphasizing the purpose of your time together. You always want to let them know that they're here to share, listen, enjoy. It's about being around each other's company. You, as a host, need to lead by example. Be the first to share something personal and vulnerable. Your authenticity, well, it sets the stage for others to open up. You can always encourage small conversations. So, because in large groups, some people may feel more comfortable sharing in smaller clusters, maybe. So encourage these smaller conversations to help everyone feel included. You know, true hospitality is never about perfection. It's about making people feel seen and valued. Hosting with empathy means paying attention to guest needs and noticing if someone seems a little uneasy, maybe. And you want to make sure you're doing your best to make them feel welcome. I got a couple notes here, some practical ways to show that you care when you're throwing some get togethers. You want to make sure you prepare conversation prompts. Now, remember, I said to be authentic, but preparing conversation prompts. You keep a few open-ended questions on hand in case the conversation kind of slows down. I wouldn't put them on postcards and pull them out of your pocket to read to everybody. Just have a couple in the back of your mind. Hey, you should definitely consider dietary needs. When serving food, make an effort to accommodate dietary restrictions or preferences. It's a small gesture that makes a big impact. And I put this down here. You should follow up. After the gathering, send a quick message thanking your friends for coming and expressing appreciation for something that maybe they shared. This really strengthens connections and lays the foundation for future gatherings. The beauty of these intentional conversations and gatherings is that their impact goes far beyond the moment. They create environments where people feel safe to explore their faith, share their doubts, and find community. Whether it's over a shared meal, a board game, or just a quiet cup of tea. These moments, and they build relationships that reflect the heart of Christ. Sipping on my coffee here. Let this inspire you to create spaces where love and empathy, understanding are the foundation. Spaces where everyone who walks in, they feel like home. If you're looking for more inspiration, be sure to check out our Connecting with Quitters kit, which provides practical resources and conversation guides for fostering these types of conversations. And you can also go to the live events and register for our next Connecting with Quitters workshop for free. If you found this episode helpful, do me a favor. Don't forget to share it with a friend or leave a review. And remember, creating connection isn't about perfection. It's about showing up with love, empathy, and a listening ear. So until next time, take care and keep building bridges that reflect the love of Christ. And this episode is brought to you by I Quit Church. To receive new posts and support my work that I'm doing here, consider becoming a subscriber. Cheers.